Axel sings that if he stares at her for too much time, he would probably break down and cry. When talking about people, to break down means to lose control of your emotions and start crying, as the song reinforces. It can also be seen as a noun, which is spelled all together, breakdown. Example, we were under a lot of stress and I had a breakdown. Sweet Child of Mine is a love song. The words sweet child are Axl Rose's poetic way of referring to his love interest. More specifically, he wrote this song in reference to Erin Everly, who he even married a few years later. Keep in mind that this is not a common term of endearment. Now, the O apostrophe seen here is just a reduction of the connective of. So, in other words, sweet child of mine. Of mine is one of the ways to express a possessive construction in English, similarly to simply saying the pronoun my sweet child. It's commonly heard by natives in phrases such as a friend of mine, meaning a friend that I have. See this example.
You hear such stories about New York.
No, it's really not that bad. I mean, I for one feel perfectly safe.
These are friends of mine from home. Liam, Devon. This is Ross.
Oh.
Hi, mate.
Hey.
How are you, man?
Bluest is the superlative of blue, meaning the most blue. In this line, Axl is saying this figuratively, associating the blue from her eyes with the blue from the skies. You should also know that sometimes natives use superlatives to informally emphasize an adjective without meaning it literally. Example, John told me the funniest joke at work today. In other words, John told me a very funny joke at work today.
Well, I actually had the weirdest conversation with Joey. He was talking about rules and right and wrong and...
I had the exact same conversation.
You did? What was he talking about?
I don't know. Joey hasn't had this much trouble getting out words since we saw him in Macbeth.
Ounce here means a very small amount. So Axl is poetically saying that he would suffer when he would notice any pain in her eyes. Literally speaking, an ounce is a unit of weight equal to approximately 28 grams. By the way, when written, the ounce unit is normally abbreviated as OZ. Did you hear how Axl connected the article "an" to the word ounce? This is something that happens almost 100% of the time we see the article "an" being used, since it always precedes a word starting with a vowel sound. In this case, the two words together should sound like this: announce, announce. Listen to these other examples. Here, he's referring to a place where he used to hide when he was young. You probably know when referring to the past and talking about something that is not true or does not happen anymore, we can say the phrase used to. Example, I used to go skiing a lot when I lived in Colorado. Now, just as we hear in the song, another way to express the same idea of used to is by replacing it with the special verb would. So I could also say, for example, I would go skiing a lot when I lived in Colorado. Check out this other example.
I mean, I was in there just listening to them bitch about each other. All I kept thinking about was the 4th of July. It's just this thing. Every year we would go out on my dad's boat and watch the fireworks. Mom always hated it because the ocean air made her hair all big. My sister Jill would be throwing up over the side. And my dad would be upset because nobody was helping, and then when we did help, he would scream at us for doing it wrong.
So, Axel says that he used to go to this place and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass him by. To pray is a verb referring to the religious practice of speaking to God or a divine entity in order to give thanks or to ask for help. Axel is saying that, as a child, he would pray to God so the rain and thunder wouldn't cause any disturbance. So, more literally, if something passes you by, it happens without being noticed or fully experienced by someone. Example, you shouldn't let life simply pass you by.
Hey, if you're enjoying this lesson with Guns N' Roses, well, you are bound to find another lesson with songs that you enjoy in this playlist. You can check that out by clicking up here or down in the description below after you finish this lesson.